Hello, it is I, uh, Frank, Mr. Topham Hakurai himself, and today we are going to be continuing our work in Trainz. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish up the signals, and then I'm going to start working on the, the scenery for that section of the route, because what I'll do with the scenery is I'll work in, like, sections, like, right now this is the far eastern section of the railway, and I already completed it with the creation of Kitsune Fell. So yeah. Also, I'll make a video about this since I have obtained the a PDF of the Gensokyo Railway's route Bible. Is I will be showing that off in a separate video that I'm going to make later this weekend, I hope. And essentially, it contains everything: stations, industries, different rail cars, different locomotives, including different route details. And basically, if you want to make Gensokyo in Trainz, and you want to make it, and you want to have a base, this is what you're going to need. Once I make the Maidens of the Rails Discord server, the PDF will be available to download. But for the time being, the Route Bible video will essentially be the official video of how the route works. So, anyway, let's get in, as it were. The transitioner was... Alright. Actually, what I might do is... there, just the size of the window. Streamlabs. Gonna minimize that again, and then bring up the window. Alright, so here we go. So I did not touch this route since the last time we streamed. Yesterday was extremely tiring. Worked at the doggy daycare business that I work at, and it was an utter slog. We had about 12 dogs, and the guy I was working with tends to have some weird emotional regulation kind of stuff, and was kind of dysregulated. So when you work with special needs people, you do this thing called prompting, where when a autistic person or a special needs person does something that is either erroneous or wrong, or generally just socially unacceptable, it is the caretaker that would prompt them and tell them that that's not okay, or this is wrong, or that, they made a faux pas of some kind. Sometimes it works, but usually it just makes the autistic person just feel bad for something that they didn't understand. And, yeah. And my friend was prompting random people in public. We were at a Cumbies, and he was like, and he prompted a guy like, don't cut in front of me, whoever, because a guy asked him what line he was in. He's like, oh, whichever one was available, and, something along the lines of, like, telling him how lines work. And this was just some, like, asshole, some masshole that he came across, and he, like, prompted a full-grown adult. So, that was interesting. That and the dogs were being extra testy that day, mostly because there's a full moon coming up, and my friend is a little astrological, as it were. So, it's, more yelling at the dogs than usual because the dogs were just not behaving very well. And, it was tough. And then I came home dead tired, and had to go do my usual grocery shopping. And I got home and I could barely muster the energy to, do my end of day hygiene routines, my end of, making my lunch for program for today. And I was just dead tired, so I didn't even have the energy nor really the time to do a live stream. So I haven't really touched the route since Wednesday. Plus, we had a little bit of a COVID. I had a little bit of a COVID scare because I had a family member that I shared a automobile with, and she got COVID, and I had to get a rapid test done, and that was super fun because, I tested negative, so everything's fine. That's essentially how my day went. Other than that, everything was... So, another thing I also want to discuss, and I'm going to make a channel update about this, is me and my relationship with YouTube Shorts. So, whenever I am in need of cheap, quick ways to generate views, YouTube Shorts are the way to go. And I know a lot of people hate YouTube Shorts because apparently the people who make 4 hour long video essays about the most random shit possible, get mad about the existence of YouTube harboring short form content, as if your 14-hour long iCarly retrospective is easily watchable. Not that Quentin Reviews complains about YouTube Shorts. I'm just using that as an example of long-form content creators versus short-form content creators. Because apparently that's a conflict that exists on this platform. And frankly, I am not a huge fan of that. Nope. But anyway, I usually make YouTube Shorts because they're a quick way of growing the channel, even if it's a bit unpredictable, because YouTube Shorts tend to perform better at certain times of day than others, and I do not have the coordination to fiddle around with uploading shorts at specific times. Why are you red? Alright, if that's red, then that means... yeah. So, yeah. Then I also have some videos that are technically not... never mind. I'll address that in a future channel update if I ever get around to making another. So, yeah, I make YouTube Shorts because they're a fairly easy way to get a crap ton of views. But because I am a Toho cosplayer with a mustache, and because I do not possess the same sort of, I want to say, beauty standards as other cosplayers who do Toho project characters, people think I'm gross. In fact, I had a guy, comment on my sneaky Yuyuko short, and he's like, horrible, and he had an emoji, the vomiting smiley emoji, so, that was interesting, but honestly, I am not particularly butthurt about that comment. Yes? Thanks. Medications. One of the reasons why I don't normally do live streams, but, wherever. So anyway, what else? What else? Oh. The guy commented horrible with the vomiting emoji. Frankly, I don't really give a crap about that. mostly because that's sort of the opinion, that's sort of the territory of opinions and personal view and viewers' personal taste. And frankly, I'm not going to yuck somebody's yum, even though I already yucked their yum by having their content show up in their feed. You know, which is not necessarily my fault. That's the algorithm's fault. You know, so don't go blaming me for, you know, for what YouTube recommends you. Albeit I did get not butthurt, but I had a really toxic dude who was complaining about the AVGN apology video that I have on my channel, and how the comments were disabled. So there's a bit of a story to this. So I originally uploaded James Rolfe's apology video for when he accidentally on purpose used plagiarized content in his Monster Madness reviews. And he had it as an unlisted video. I was like, you know what? I am, you know, the historical preservationist in me told me to copy it to save that video, and so I re-uploaded to my channel. That was, you know, good, and it got a fair amount of views. But frankly, I kind of hated the video because this was before I disabled comment notifications on my channel. So my notifications would fill up with either these sort of like asshole Cinemassacre simps who think James is incapable of doing nothing bad, and these Cinemassacre truthers who had nothing but bad things to say about James. And frankly, I got sick of it and I disabled comments. So that should have been the end of it. Only for some dude to start insulting me and saying, oh, you're not man enough to wear a pickle hub, because I wore a pickle hub for my video game review series that went nowhere, basically. And he insulted me, and I was like, you know what? So I blocked the dude's comments. I made it so that way the strictness of some of the comments on some of my videos, the comment moderation's a bit more stricter. And I also re-enabled comments on the James Rolfe apology video, only for my channel to absolutely explode for no particular purpose, just, you know, yeah. And I hate the fact that one of the biggest videos on my channel isn't really my own video, but rather somebody else's video that they made because they do not have the social awareness to deal with YouTube drama, and how to deal with, you know, being honest, I guess. So because of James Rolfe's, you know, oopsie daisy, you know, that suddenly became the biggest video on my channel, which I don't like, because I feel like that's way too easy for me to be known as just the James Rolfe apology re-upload guy. I'd much rather be the guy that's known for making the weird, cringy Toho cosplay videos that he thinks are funny but are actually not kind of guy. That's what I want to be known as. And the fact that now that's the biggest video on my channel, and still is the biggest video on my channel. Like, every month it gets like hundreds of views. And because it's just one of those things that I've just sort of grown to accept, I'm just kind of like, you know, not my most favorite thing in the world, but at the same time, I am not gonna question it any further than I really have to. Okay, so this is going to, so that's, so up, down, down. This is a down line. Okay, so Okay, so I'm going to need... so, you know... Okay, so I did already add that. Boop, 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 boop. Boop, boop, boop. Boop, 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 boop. Yeah, so not one of my most favorite things, but frankly, I honestly kind of also don't really care enough, you know. Well, maybe that's just kind of more of the defeatist me in the whole matter, because I consider myself to be remarkable enough where I kind of make myself known in any decently sized community, but unremarkable enough to be easily ignorable, you know. I don't know, that's just me sort of speaking out loud, I guess. So that's down. So if that's up, down, down. So I'm going to put 100-mile speed word there. And a 25-mile-per-hour there. Alright. I also got to replace some of these points with point motors. Okay, these have point motors. Still, yeah. If you're hearing anything else that other than my voice, that's the staff bathing everybody. Again, bathroom doors are more so suggestions than they are, you know, divisions of areas. So, yeah. Seven Hills loves to take their privacy, you know, matters super seriously, and by super seriously, I mean not at all. So, yeah. Like, honestly, I believe that special needs people needs better care, and they absolutely deserve the finest, especially considering where most of these people end up. Namely, you know, places like Devro, where they're basically just concentration camps, but with like a different name. And honestly, the level of care these people receive ought to be the best. But they usually don't, because we're usually pretty forgotten about. Which sucks, but hey, that's just the reality on the ground, and frankly, as much as I want to rabble-rouse and change things for the better, I just have no power to do it. Especially since most of the most of the things involving the clinician that works for this group home pretty much out one ear through the other, and sometimes they'll mention it at the issues of the group home at the staff meeting, but usually nobody participates in the staff meeting. Like, they're there. They're just, you know, they participate the same way somebody participates in a video essay, where they just have it on in the background and they do something else. Because, like, seriously. Alright, so this is Kitsune Fell Station crossover up top 1. Kitsune Fell Station crossover down bottom top number 1. And then KFS crossover up top number 2. KFS crossover down top number 2. KFS middle down. K, KFS, yard entry top. Yard zip top. As So those are named let's see here. We need center, up, bottom, 1. Yeah, that should do it for the mainline turnouts, but now I gotta do the signaling and the naming of most of the points in the yard. So, for those who weren't here during the last stream, you know, actually, I'm gonna do something real quick. Increase the gain of the microphone. Yeah, I can. Alright, is that a little bit better? Yep, that should be a little bit better. Also, just increasing the gain just so you can hear my voice, because I noticed I sound a bit quiet on my streams, so let's see if that actually does anything. I need signal yard. And nobody's gonna pick that up. I know this is not the right way to make signals on a yard, but if they're set in a particular way, sometimes the AI of the Trainz behaves weird, and frankly, I am not gonna do the fuck around and find out shtick. Yeah, I'm all quiet all of a sudden because I have stuff to manage. Alright. This should be sufficiently signaled. Now to name the rest of the junctions. This is Kitsune Fell Station. Alright, that should do it. Honestly, though, I'm real tempted to run a couple of freight trains down here. It would make for a good demonstration. Probably a log train from... probably a log train. Probably send 2 freight trains. One is a log. Is logs from... logs from... the Forest of Magic, and goods to Corindu. Actually, I gotta check something about Corindu real quick. If I move this... I don't want goods trains fouling the points so they can't cross over. Can't run around their train. What do I want? Should I run the trains, or should I get started on the scenery? You know what? I am going to procrastinate. I'm going to save this. Create new session. Default. Today's the 25th. Save as. Surveyor. Need to be able to differentiate my routes, so I'll just add GP. $8.25. Alright. So we're good to go. So that means I can go here. Delete these 2 sessions. Then we go to edit session. And we will set up our consists. think that'll be good. And then we add a bunch of... That's all set. We go to the literal opposite end of the railway. Add a toad just for Alright. Huh. That's... oh, we will enter through that siding. Yeah, so while while we navigate the Kitsune Fell Yard, I guess I'll talk about what I plan to do. So, the weather looks kind of gross tomorrow, so chances are I won't be filming any of the skits on Saturday. I will definitely do the cosplay stream, but I am picking up a new pair of glasses because my prescription changed. So that needs to be done that day, so so that sort of remains to be seen. Let's see where this guy's going. So I'll do that later on tonight if I can. I'll make the Route Bible video. I'm also going to cosplay during that video just to make it more Toho-y, I guess. Not sure what I'm going to be doing Sunday other than doing catch-up shooting. I kind of want to have that day to myself, but if I really, really feel like it, I'll make a stream and I'll probably cosplay in it. So that's what the plan's gonna be. So I love these covered vans because they have a little animation for when they load up. Like the doors slide open and you can see the goods sort of like despawn from one area and inside of the van. See, like that? Yeah. The covered AB wagons are probably my favorite van type in the entire game. I think this van will most likely be full, so I'm just going to remove that. Honestly, so I'm going to make those videos. That's essentially my content for the weekend. As far as more of a long-term video release schedule goes, basically I'm just going to assume it's going to be one of those things where I'm gonna work in like these big bursts, and then I'll probably do something later. So those are completely empty. What are you doing? There you go. Sometimes the signals don't set, but sometimes the yard switches don't set themselves. Alright. just navigate to Fairies and Nari Village goods shed. Let's see if the student made it to the main line yet. Well, we made out of the tunnel. So that's good. Yeah, what else? I'll probably do another channel update video when I can. Yeah. Also, I'm probably gonna do something about those about my less original shorts on YouTube. Like, yeah, it kind of sucks. I gotta deal with them, but whatever. Another thing I also have to do is make a YouTube video. No, not a YouTube video. A playlist of all my delisted content, so that way people can still be able to see them. Like, when I delisted all those videos that aren't the channel's core content, I do intend on keeping them available for people to watch, but just hiding them from the channel's just making them unsearchable via the channel, because I just find that content isn't really conducive to what I make nowadays. Yeah, I like as much as I want to do like the Thomas the Tank Engine to crossover related shtick, I feel like that stuff, because of the lack of space to really do anything Thomas related, and because of my lack of experience of filming in Trainz, and even if I did have experience in filming in Trainz, I'm using most Thomas Trainz content makers use Trainz 2019, and I still use a New Era because that's what I have access to, because it was the cheapest at the time. So yeah. Better or for worse, this is what I have access to. Yeah. So what I'll do is, well, I'll keep streaming for a little bit. I got a break for the Dindins, I guess. Yeah. So the good news is, unlike on my original Gensokyo Trainz layout, this locomotive is actually staying on the line it's supposed to. On the main down line. Anyway, this is a 100-mile-per-hour zone, so we're going mighty fast. Yeah, some of these Trainz models kind of suck. Most of the download station stuff is kind of bad, but then again, that's the only thing I really have access to. Nobody really makes paid models for Trainz anymore. They mostly make it for Train Simulator. Like, because it would be cool if I had like the Great Eastern Rail, the Raven A2s, you know, the Holden S69s, but alas, this is what I have access to. Yeah. So we are flying. We just hit 100 miles an hour, and we should be approaching Inari Village soon. Let's check out on the log train. Appears we're going down the wrong way. I mean, luckily this is an unoccupied stretch of line, but and that probably explains why we haven't hit the line's this part of the railway's 70 mile an hour maximum speed, so. Why is this signal red? Oh, I fucked up the signals. Uh-oh. That means the nearest red signal is, here. I'll save the game here. Alright, game saved. And then I'm gonna exit driver. So what I'm gonna do is I'll fix the signals on the route, and then that will be the end of this video. I got other stuff to do, so it's kind of yes. Not quite yet. Okay, so I need to go. Or maybe the rest of the signals are wrong, because that's an up line. Okay. So that's it for the stream tonight. Tomorrow I'll definitely get around to doing a cosplay stream. We're mostly going to be doing the same thing, working in Trainz, just the only difference I'll be in a different outfit, and people are going to probably throw up at the sight of me dressed like a fancifully dressed Japanese chick, but don't hate the game, don't hate the play, I hate the game, I guess. And the game being Toho Project Cosplay, which I like doing, and I see myself as sort of the meme version of all those fancy Toho cosplayers. Other than that, that's really it. I know I wasn't very talkative, but I was also deep in concentration, working on naming all those junctions and stuff, so... But yeah, that's really it. Thanks to the one person that keeps coming in and out of watching this.